Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Butch on Sports. Simply Butch is here, and as always, thanks for tuning in. I'll be clearing my voice several times because I lost my voice on Wednesday. That's why I was not on the air. But I'm going to try to get through this podcast, hopefully. Well, the Pistons have made some historic moves here, not the good kind. The Pistons have lost 28 in a row games, falling back to the Nets. And now they set a record for the longest single season losing streak in the NBA. The old record of 26 was tied with the Pistons and the 2013-14 76ers and also the Cavaliers. However, the Pistons were one game from tying the all-time record of 28 by the 76ers. Uh, they did it two seasons in 14-15 and 15-16. Hoping to avoid that loss in the NBA, the Pistons are forced to overtime against the Boston Celtics Thursday night. That was last night, boys and girls. As we are early Friday morning doing this show, Boston recovered. Pistons had a 21-point lead. And yes, Boston recovered to a 128-122 victory in overtime. Despite making overtime for the first time in the skid, Detroit match the uh, 76ers with 28 consecutive losses. Now the Pistons need one more victory at home against Toronto to avoid breaking the all-time record, which is 29. And they'll stand alone in losing the 28 games, or 29 games, I should say, in the season. Pitiful. If the Pistons only played some defense, they took 45 three-point shots, only made 13 of them. If they can just understand they're not a three-point shooting team, play some defense, come to terms on what they can and cannot do, I think the Pistons can get out of this. They play Toronto on Saturday night at home. It's going to be a standing room crowd. I bet you not, huh? Yeah, the same night the Lions are on playing the Dallas Cowboys. I bet you they had a wish they could have switched the date here, huh? Speaking of the Lions, the NFC North champions. Now the NFC North is in its 22nd season, and the Lions hadn't won it until this past Sunday. They hadn't won a division since 1993. Four-field opened in 2002, and only postseason game is hosted was a Super Bowl. It didn't involve the Lions. Now to get one, their first one in Michigan since January 1994, when that was at the Silverdome. And when any good fortunes and blessings, the team might get their first postseason win since January 5th, 1992, when Wayne Fonz dealt Jimmy Johnson his only playoff loss as a coach for the Dallas Cowboys. So, yes, Jared Goff can get out there and give himself some minutes and do the right thing and don't make no mistakes, no fumbles, a good running game, a mix and match, a good offense, and defense showing up, especially the cornerbacks and safeties, and playing excellent, excellent football like they did at US Bank Stadium. I feed to Melifotu was the defensive player of the week. Yes, he is Detroit Lion. He was a big hero in the other game this past Sunday when he picked off a pass was intended for Jefferson of the Minnesota Vikings. Now, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. By the way, that game will be a home game for the Detroit Lions. And guess who they might play? Matthew Stafford. Oh boy. That will be a Dill Pickover game if I ever heard of or saw one. Oh, good luck to the Lions this Saturday night on ABC against the Dallas Cowboys. 7:30 should be the game time. Beware, be fair. I know a lot of places going to be filled up. Homes are going to be full. A lot of things going to get canceled to watch that game. And by the way, the Lions can avoid a lot by being the Cowboys because they scoot up into the number 2 spot. That means they get a bye in the first round. A lot to fight for. And hopefully the Lions can get it done. Dallas is not in a good place as they've been losing left and right. Speaking of football per se, the city of Detroit and Visit Detroit will celebrate the 2024 NFL Draft with the On the Clock Tour event program. The tour is going to run January through April of 2024. It begins on January the 13th with a Winterfest at Kemney Recreational Center. That's on 4th Street and Schaefer in Southwest Detroit. The Winterfest will include food trucks, arcade-style games, art, credit, football-themed stations. Roy, the Detroit Lions mascot, will be there, and other surprises as well. When the 2024 NFL Draft was awarded to Detroit, the first priority was to ensure that the residents of the city of Detroit will have opportunity to experience some excitement of the NFL Draft in their own neighborhood as well as downtown Detroit. Mike Duggan said that in a statement. On the Clock Tour will deliver on that promise to bring fun and spectacular uh, greatness of the NFL Draft to the communities for everybody to enjoy. That's going to be a good one. Yours truly will be at Kemney to be saying hi and hello to a lot of people that listen to the show, Butch on Sports, and I get to meet them in person. Hopefully that'll be a blast. Detroit Tigers have hired Dylan Axelrod to the organization as part of the report of Detroit Tigers turmoil on X. Axelrod will have the title of pitching performance and integration coordinator. Axelrod, now 38 years old, pitched in the majors for the White Sox and the Reds from 2011 to 15. The last 4 years, he's been working with the Los Angeles Angels as a pitching coordinator. Uh, Not too much to give. Our Detroit Red Wings will take on their opponent. Who are their opponent? Let me see. I can take a look at that right quick here. Little quickie here, you boys and girls, so we can get you all together here. That will be, yes, the Predators tonight. The Red Wings will take on at home. Yes, the Nashville Predators. That's a 7 o'clock game at Little Caesars Arena. Um, just give you a whiff. And also the 31st, don't forget that game at 5 o'clock. The Bruins will take on the Red Wings at home on a long time before it had been used to be all the time, the New Year's Eve celebration at home. Used to be late at night, but now it's at 5 o'clock. Give you a chance to watch the game and get home in time to celebrate the new year. So Red Wings will be playing. They're not playing too bad, but they're not playing too good either. They're going through some losing woes here. And again, defense is the name of the game for the Detroit Red Wings, as they've been very poor in that regard. They have to improve that in order to get over the hump and start a winning streak that's going to get them in the playoffs. Because right now, things don't look too cool for the Red Wings, although they have their two best goaltenders are injured. So they're going to have to solve that with, again, some better defense that they've been playing in the past. I'm just saying, it ain't too good for the Red Wings either. Yours truly going to give it up right now. And by the way, there's some Christmas tournaments going on for high school basketball. The majority of the high school kids are taking that week and a half off. But if you can get to those particulars, speaking of those holiday classics, uh, give a shout to those young kids that have been doing a lot of things they got no business doing, but they are playing so they can balance their scholastics and athletics to balance it off. Be a good person there. Give them a hoot and a holler and cheer for them, and you adults and some of you visitors there who go to the games to raise all kind of hell. Try to be good sports. Do it for the kids there. Do it for the kids indeed. I am out of time and almost out of voice. Butch on Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. Check out Butch on Sports on Facebook, always on Facebook. If not, go to the homepage at Butch at Potomatic Butch, simply Butch2 at .potomatic.com. Type in SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.potomatic.com. Take you right to the page direct for Butch on Sports and other goodies as well. I wish everyone to have a very, very happy new year, bringing in the new, leaving back the old, and all of us be successful and prosperous, and again, be friendly with each other. This has not been a very good year when it comes down to friendliness. We got to do a better job, people. Love and peace always gets over. Always a good thing. Your host of Butch on Sports. I'm simply Butch. Again, Happy New Year, everybody. And again, be at peace.